Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host. Another Eastern Front modcast and a 2 vs 2 to boot. It's going to be a 2 vs 2 on Duclair. Yes, indeed, not very Eastern Front-ish, but I rather had to go with what I could get. But this should be an interesting fight nonetheless, a bit longer than the previous one with some slightly more competent teamwork from either player. And again, I'm not trying to sort of scream like I'm greatly competent either. I certainly made my fair mistakes. Share of mistakes last time, but I certainly also probably was a bit of the two of players. Anyways, we are going to be seeing WakWakDemon and FatherGlimz once more trying to atone for his barbed wire related sins. Opposing them shall be Poisonwasthecure. Poisonwasthecure, that sounds like a bit of a curious sentence. And Fishunterx, fighting for the Wehrmacht. Both they are fighting for the 20th Panzer Division, with the Soviets fighting for the 4th Guard Mechanized Corps. So that should be interesting enough. We are seeing both a red army mustering tent, not to be mistaken for the yellow army mustering tent or the green army. Last time that happened, oh boy, real problems. But we are seeing the pioneers advancing out here. So far, both Wehrmacht quarters, not really much else the Wehrmacht can start with. Volkskongress marching out in the name of the fatherland, glory and honor. Not quite the same happening from that structure, though. No, we are seeing the MG42, the Schwerz MG42 out. We are seeing the Soviets advancing up here. A 2 engineering start, command squad. We are seeing the mustering tent up. And what do we see from our WakWakDemon issue? No, FatherGlimz. Only 1 engineering squad, but getting some more conscripts right away, followed up by a command squad. Pioneers are coming under fire under the vicious conscripts, and they're of course not very vicious. In fact, not very well armed. Which again rather was not really the sort of thing the Soviets was generally lacking of. That was more, you know, boots, food, transport, not guns. Well, there we go. We are seeing the conscripts getting caught right there between Volkskongress, a bike and an MG42. Not really the most hilarious start for the glorious boys of the 4th Guards Mechanized Corps. Command squad being pushed a bit back, so the conscripts. Looks like another command squad, though, is trying to flank. We are seeing additional Volkskongress now moving up for Fishunterx. So far, both have infantry in a bit of this, so either player is sort of, you know, going for a more balanced start, which is good. Doesn't mean they can't support each other. Of course, they don't have to sort of mirror each other, but certainly that means they can, in usual sense, at least fight in case something goes wrong on their own. But the MG42 is quickly getting overrun by conscripts. We are seeing Volkskongress and pioneers focusing them down, and oh dear, conscripts are not going to make it home. They sacrifice themselves in the name of Stalin. And looks like an engineering squad is a bit caught up there, taking nasty damage from that bike, and some pioneers in support. So let's keep pressing on there. Command squad, though, pulling away. And even going for these points yet, they haven't really been able to connect them up, which is a bit fun, I suppose. If you were to look at it, command squad going in for that MG42, but they're going to get caught out in the open. Oh, they do get one gunner. Will they be able to finish off the job? Will they? Or will they get to press the gun down with the mighty Germans? Yeah, some further gunning down here. Conscripts moving up. Command squad fighting away. Oh dear, they're not going to make it. They need to retreat. In the meanwhile, conscripts hunting down another MG42 from Poisonwasthecure. Another Volkskongress squad. More Volkskongress. Quite a few Volkskongress. Conscripts moving out. Oh, this MG42 could be going down. It could be. Yes, indeed. MG42 went down for Fishunterx. And meanwhile, the Germans are themselves all being pushed a bit back as well from the more southern part. MG42 providing nice ample coverage. More Volkskongress rushing in. So far, we are looking at about 3 squads. Well, 4, I suppose. With a 5th on the way, so that's quite an infantry composition. Although, I mean, looks like Poisonwasthecure was taking about slightly more lighter with also the bike, and he's also now going for the bunker as well. This is good. Going to take advantage of all that lovely infantry to get a medic bunker up. Good. Soviets, though, are keeping up the pressure with all their conscripts with the larger numbers, though not really large amounts of rifles. Volkskongress are suffering a bit. Other Volkskongress are moving up. Bike getting repaired, and we might be seeing some engineers sneaking up there behind and laying down mines. Cheeky WakWakDemon. Some parts of the Soviet force are getting pushed back, and what's going on here? We are seeing the Soviet support barracks up. We're in fact seeing 2 Soviet support barracks up, so I believe someone getting there get snipers was not completely off the mark. Oh! Bagger! I think the engineers were laying down a mine, and that got several of the Volksgrenadiers leaving behind. Only one poor Volksgrenadier to make a run home. Other Volksgrenadiers are running to take care of that. Medic bunker is already up. Medics are pulling in the wounded. So a nice position right here. Barbed wire going down to deny cover to those filthy communists, and another MG42 out. So a pretty heavy tier 1 for Fishunterx. This could end up biting him in the arse. He's not too cautious, but at the same time, imagine this rather means that Poisonwasthecure will be rather doing most of the taking out. Might be going for the Krieg barracks himself. More medics though coming out of fire from the command squad. Bit of pushing in the south, but they get stopped by the MG42. And what is this? We are seeing from FatherGlimz a Strelki squad. Followed up by the command squad. More troops are pushing up here in the north, and we are seeing probably the first sharpshooter up. They need a rifle upgrade so they actually become snipers. Until that, they're not actually very useful, I think. Which rather raises the question, why have them in the first place? Well, we are seeing Strelki pushing in. Will they be going for a grenade? No, they are exposing themselves. They are trying to flank the MG42. While the conscripts... Oh, another MG42 tearing through the conscripts. Just get them out of there, FatherGlimz. Do not let the blood of others atone for your sins. But there we go, the Strelki are moving up, and they are doing terrible things to that MG42. It needs to retreat. Rückzug, Männer. Stellungswechseln. In the meanwhile, the communists are pushing up versus the Hitlerites. And the Germans are suddenly a bit pushed back. I mean, they're holding about less than half the map. They're also having a few small penetrations along other lines. We are seeing MB40 now ready for Fishunterx. So he's definitely reached tier 2 as well. But no Krieg barracks from either player. Sniper opening up as well, clearing out some filthy fritzes. Conscripts and engineers getting caught out in the open, really taking some nasty losses. And looks like the first infantry grenadier squad is out for the Germans. Poisonwasthecure rather realized that grenadiers were actually the cure. Oh, another mine, really good mining from the Soviets. And yes, they have snipers. I can confirm that they have snipers, but they also have Strelki. In fact, FatherGlimz seems to be rather going heavy on the infantry. More mines now going down from Poisonwasthecure. Also realizing mines were the cure. Look at that. I'm using his name for some pretty witty things. Oh, I'm a genius. No, I'm not. Command squad could be pushing in here. Wehrmacht is pushing on, trying to fortify some position, trying to make it a bit harder for those communists to move about. Strelki squad, though, getting a bit tied down by grenadiers. And looks like some Sturmarmy on the way. And there we go, precision rifle complete. Another sniper, so we are seeing 2 snipers up, going to try and drain out the Germans. One squad down to 1 Volksgrenadiers. Others are not holding up too well either. Strelki pushing in against grenadiers, so they need to be a bit careful with those grenadiers. In fact, it's time to have a look at FatherGlimz, who's got 2 Strelkis, 2 conscripts, and a partridge in a pear tree. And there we go, grenadiers are getting sniped. Poor Heinz went down, shot in the head. Barrack still moving about. A German sniper's up from Poisonwasthecure. And these grenadiers are not doing too well. They need to get out there, down to very low health, and 2 men. Down to 1 man. In fact, it's the squad leader. Get out of there, Feldwebel. Get out of there. Bite went down, and the grenadiers. Oh, dear. That was not very well handled by Poisonwasthecure. He should have retreated those grenadiers. Though I suppose he might have been trying to sort of bait out the sniper. I think he might have gotten one, but still, I don't think a full grenadier squad was worth that. Oh, dear sniper getting very, very, very bold, a bit too incautious. I think that's offensive veterans here for that Soviet command squad, which affects all of his troops. FatherGlimz though pulling away. In this further, he's realised he, doesn't actually have a lot of troops up at the front. He could, try and flank up with some conscripts, with some petrol bombs. So far, it doesn't really look like either player's going for a doctrine. Again, something you might want to use before you get, 4 points. Again, as you reach 3 points, the rate at which you get command points actually slows down. So that's certainly something vital to remember. Otherwise, one thing, in coming here is to apparently all units will be off-map units in the sense, you'll have a spot behind your base, so they can't quite cap the point. And then all sort of things here will be built, but, they'll come from off the map, sort of a bit more realistic in that sense. Also, It will also apply to doctrinal units, from what I understand. Again, you unlock it, and then you either build it, for example, in your Russian tank hall, which again I don't think we'll have. We'll have sort of something like these structures, but again we won't have it. It's a bit tricky, I think. But anyways, I mean, the idea is, of course, then you, for example, unlock, the Katyusha, and then you build it from here. So again, it's no longer a calling unit, just costing manpower, it costs resources just like anything else. So again, for example, a Tiger now would also cost fuel to call in. So in that sense, it's actually a pretty clever thing, which also means, you can't just, use doctrinal units and sort of neglect fuel, for example, and then try and, save your ass that way. We are seeing troops pushing up that way. Good, good, good. Armored cars have arrived. Both forces have that, so the 20th Panzer Division is pulling in. Would be nice if, either player had, for example, gotten, say, some doctrinal units, like, say, if, FatherGlimz had gone for that one with these naval infantry and gotten them some anti-tank rifles. Could work, but no, he is using his Russian tank hall. Good thing we were not mistaking it with a Prussian tank hall. Sorry, those names really get to me for some reason. I really just have to sort of make fun of it. My apologies to the mods. I mean, they still did quite a nice work, I suppose. But there we go. Poisonwasthecure infantry are getting surrounded. This is not good. Strelki waiting. While, conscripts are rather, trying to sort of sneak in. And we are seeing the armor cars moving in, trying to assist. And we are seeing a T-70 light tank, which is also incoming here too. We are seeing the command squad right up here equipped with the PPSH-43. An attempt to make a PPSH-41, so something even easier and cheap to make. These Volksgunners are not looking too well, and we are looking at Poisonwasthecure with one Grenadier squad, 2 Volksgunners, 1... Alright, he just lost 1 Volksgunner squad again. Poisonwasthecure seems to have some problems in the unit preservation department. He's a bit too slow in retreating his infantry. In fact, he's just lost 1 Grenadier squad, 2 Volksgunner squads to that. Again, he needs to work on learning how to retreat in time. Because again, I mean, he's just lost a silly amount of infantry. Although looks like WakWakDemon might also want to consider it, because again, he just lost a bit to that armored car. And otherwise looks like Fishunterx is holding up the center, while Poisonwasthecure is sort of trying to make some movement on the flanks. And there we go, the T-17 moving in, and the armored car is heavily damaged. T-17 arrives, and there we go, gets a kill. The T-17 was a light tank meant for reconnaissance purposes and the likes. It was rather in the later stages of the war actually phased out, because, well, they realized that T-34 could do the trick just as well, and was better armed, and better overall, in fact. But I mean, coming here too, this will also be in it, and it can, have an ability to pop up the commander so it can increase line of sight, because again, in Connor's 2 tanks will have much more limited line of sight. But it won't at the same time be able to fire, so I mean, it's sort of the trade-off thing you have to sort of be aware of. I believe that's at least what I've heard, or is it because they can actually get more killed? Oh, never mind. Well, it would make sense if they couldn't fire, because, well, there were only 2 men in it, and if one is popping out, there's no one operating the guns. Troops getting suppressed here. We are seeing artillery getting called in. Stuk 4 a bit in it. So the 20th Panzer Division are calling in something slightly more heavily armored. Command squad, conscript Strelki, T-17 moving in. Barbed wire here, although again, T-17 could just crush it, allowing them to flank up out here. Would be a nice maneuver, would essentially open up this half for operations, which would be good. This armor car's not doing too well either. If only there was someone to hunt it down and knock it out. Tragically, there doesn't seem to be. We are seeing the CIS anti-tank gun, the CIS-2, 57mm, rather high velocity. Pushing through here in the center, and we are hearing Nebelwerfers. The howling of Teutonic angels. Hammering the communists. The Bolshevik foe, and oh, bike went down. In fact, Poisonwasthecure is not doing too well. He's again down to 1 Grenadier squad, a few pioneers, and a bit of this and that. And I think he just lost another unit. Come on, man. Unit preservation. You'd think it was something that happened to other people, the way you treat them. And if he keeps up with this, I'd rather have to inquire if he's not playing in the wrong army. Volksgunners are not doing too well. And now we are seeing guards arriving as well for FatherGlimz, increasing the firepower against the Fritzes. Although I see now 2 assault guns moving in, and a T-70 is not going to be able to stop that. I'm sorry, FatherGlimz, but it's just not going to happen. And veterans run up for them, flying about here, but the T-70 still managed to do some damage. Volksgunner squad down. Bit unfortunate for Fishunterx, but let's go have a look at him. And he's, in fact, no one has gone for a doctrine as yet. We have 15 minutes into the game, and I don't think anyone has chosen a doctrine. That's not good. Far from, in fact, T-70 trying to make an escape through German lines. Already quite a few kills with name veterans. 1, that's nice. Pioneers making a slight mistake running into the conscripts. And the Pioneers are made short work off. Volkswagen is running straight into a Soviet man, MG-42. Oh dear, that's a bit of a problem for the 20th Panzer Division and its men. Stuks moving in. Opening up in the command squads. Sis needs to pull up. Anti-tank gun needs to move up closer to deal with the Stuks instead of firing at the repair bunker. Oh dear. FatherGlimz reinforcing. Another tank haul. And this command squad is coming under severe fire from that armoured car. And the Stuks, and there we go, a full retreat, but the Soviets are holding most of the map. The 4th Guards Mechanized Corps are doing quite a bit. And a grenade against the conscripts out there, sending the conscripts running away. And there we go, anti-tank gun finally gets off a goddamn shot. Well done, Dimitri, although now the armor cars are quickly flanking again. Not really much to support it. T-70, although, is rushing in. No further armor, though. They need more armor to counter this. And, I mean, in fact, a few tanks could easily outmaneuver the Stuks. Oh, no, Veteran Z2. Excellent choice. Increases the health and, of course, gives a machine gun, making these devils much more frightening for the communists to take on the Bolsheviks. But there we go. The T-70 is moving in. Going to make short work of its armored car foe. Although we are seeing lots of Volkswagen, probably with lots of Panzerfaust. And of course the Stuks are also going to be moving in, so the T-17 might want to consider moving away. Anti-tank and another. Again, getting smoked by Nebelwerfers. No, don't move the T-70 in. Don't. Oh no. And there we go. Easy kill for the Sturmgeschütz. Anti-tank gun though is sort of ready, and we are seeing the first T-34 coming out, a T-34-85 in fact. The upgraded version of the T-34 with a bigger gun, slightly better turret. Was the more principled tank of the Soviet Union after 1943, about that period, about this change began happening. Could take on quite a few tanks, much better than the previous ones, although largely the armor wasn't much better. The turret had some thicker, but I mean the main armor right there was in fact as thin as the previous one, which rather by this stage of the war was pretty damn thin. FatherGlimz moving in a lot of units, more guards, lots of more guards in fact. Nothing from his tank haul, but I mean with the T-3045 he might have a slightly better chance. With WakWakDemon. But again, proper assault needs to be pushed in. Troops getting suppressed, and then we go, the T-34 scores the kills in the name of motherland. And the engineer for some reason ran into the Volkswagen. More heavy Nebelwerfer fire, and mines go off. Troops get suppressed. And run off. Pioneers waiting over here. Not a lot of... Oh wait, never mind. There are mines in fact. Still, the Soviets are holding most of the map so far. Sniper still moving out. One veteran G1, another veteran G2. T-34 should not be taking on the Stuks from the front, I suggest. At least not without a lot of anti-tank guns to support. And there we go. The MG-42 is cleared out. In the meanwhile, we are seeing a Panzer commander for Poisonwasthecure. So some heavy armor will probably be soon be directed against the Soviet Mechanized Corps. The Guards, in fact. A few hitting a mine right there. Less good. Small penetration muscle grenadiers right here. Needs to get them out of there. And again, a major problem for Poisonwasthecure is he's basically lacking in infantry. He's only got one armor gun, very little else again. Poor unit preservation, I would rather like to say. More sniper fire, more pressure against here. In fact, currently, Fishunterx is largely holding most of the infantry, which is not fully good. Still, he also has 2 assault guns, which is rather giving him the major advantage for now. For how long that lasts is, of course, another question. And there we go. Anti-tank gun hits the Stug, and if a T-34-85 was to move in and flank right now, it could easily make things very difficult for the assault guns, but no, it is far, far away. They're going to move in against some armored cars, and a Panther. Panzerkampfwagen 5 is on the field. More than a match for the T-34-85, although the T-34-85 also had a nice chance against the Panther, although not fully, due to around the lack of velocity on that gun to a certain extent. Soviet troops moving in from the south. The rise increases, although now with the Panther, they might have a chance to again. Poisonwasthecure lost too much infantry again. Had he been able to pursue it a bit better, I think they might have been doing a bit better at this stage. And again, no doctrinal choices, which is also... Oh wait, he's actually gone for Chow. That's good. Finally some doctrines. And it also looks like WakWakDemon has finally chosen a doctrine as well. He's chosen that one with the propaganda doctrine, I believe. Katyusha's calling in again. He probably, if you know he'd done earlier, he might have even a better chance now, but now at least he's using it. Calling in a Katyusha to bombard the Hitlerites into submission. Of course, question is, how will it actually work out? Of course, will we actually be using anything of the doctrine? Actually, he's already gotten 2 Katyushas up. And there we go. Looks like we will be seeing a barrage being directed against the fascist foe's front. Guards run off. And more anti-tank guns arriving. A lot of armor from FatherGlimz after that T-70 went up in flames. Bunker, that's probably going to be a repair bunker, I wager. And looks like another Panzer commander's going up now for Fishunterx. And we definitely need more armor for the Soviets to take on the German armor. We are in fact seeing another T-34-85. And some firestorms reported being ready. Oh, troops getting knocked out by the MG-40. Oh dear, actually both are having MG-42s. That's less good. That means actually a lot of MG-42s have fallen into Soviet hands. That's not good at all. Not a lot out of those Katyushas as of yet. Mines going off. Not a lot else. The Soviets seem to be slacking off a bit instead of pushing any advantage they might have had. Then again, they are rather lacking in the anti-tank department, which could be punishing them about right now, in fact. More rockets flying through the air. Stu's holding bits and pieces. Lots of FatherGlimz infantry hiding, and there we go. Another T-34. More Katyusha fire and some anti-tank and fire, although coming under fire from the Volkswagen's engineering retreat. T-34 moving in. And going after the Volkswagen's, but missing. Oh dear. Also, fun fact, the T-34-85 was, not really meant to sort of actually deal with armor directly. Should have had the gun upgrade, but that was also actually to increase its high explosive capabilities. But the primary target was essentially just exploiting lines and sort of blowing up infantry, making it easier for other units to advance. Again, they sort of would rather prefer lying on tank destroyers dealing with fascist armor, although again, they realized that, tanks had to deal with other tanks as well. And looks like he's focusing up. This is good. Pioneer's coming under fire. Panther and armored car moving in. How will this work out? T-34 hit by the Panther. Panther hit by the T-34-85. And Panther pulling away. German infantry getting shot a bit here in the center. A bit of sniper fire from Fishunterx, in fact. Looks like he got one sniper, which I suppose is something. Armor on the way from FatherGlimz. Ooh, very close Katyusha barrage. Catching up several float guns and perhaps even a sniper. No, looks like they make it out of there. Stuk suffer a bit of damage. But the 20th Panzer Division is still in the game, although again, Poisonwasthecure is definitely lacking infantry. He definitely needs more infantry. And he's actually gotten himself an officer. Lieutenant Gottlieb reporting, wondering what the bloody hell's going on here. And the T-34 roll in, trying to get that Panther move in. The other T-34 again, do not send them in piecemeal. Trying to outflank, that is good, but keep on moving, do not stand still. Outflank the thing, mine goes off. Doesn't do actually a lot of damage. And there we go, veterans, you do up for Fishunterx. Nowhere near mind, he's gotten a Panther though. A second one. T-34s are buggered, and there we go, one out of control. Will he be able to get one Panther? Oh no. Instead, he lost 8 T-34 more, partly due to all the assault guns. If only those Katyushas had been ready to fire, and if only FatherGlimz had some armor to support with. There we go, another T-34-85, but a bit too late. They need a lot more to really contend with the Germans. They need numbers. Lots of numbers, because again, the Soviets tended to lose a lot of tanks. And I mean a lot, hundreds, thousands even. Armor cars suffering a bit, but not really a lot, since the submachine guns aren't doing a lot of damage. And looks like a Panther actually went down. I'm sure the Soviets are pleased, but let's go look at FatherGlimz. Calling in some artillery there, I think, or is it the command squad? No doctrine for FatherGlimz. 26 minutes of the game, and he's not chosen a doctrine. That's not good. Not good at all. Those actually managed to secure himself a Panzer, which is not good for either for the Germans. It probably means, you know, that Poisonwasthecure dropped one. And the question then becomes, where his Grenadier squad? Did he actually lose one? And I'm afraid to say I think so. Oh, come on. Do, you know, preserve your units a bit better. Anti-tank gun cleared out. Lots of submachine gun fires so far. Fishunterx is definitely the better of the two, able to really keep his false gunners alive. Sure who called in that mortar barrage. Might be the lieutenant. Didn't really do much, so quite a large delay considering it's only mortar rounds. Sniper moving up, Soviets so are being pushed a bit back now. Anti-tank guns need to be recruited, and they need to actually deal with those naval buffers. They need some counter-battery fire. Well, they are going to find their defenses are a bit useless due to the Nebelwerfers. Panthers outflanking, that's good. Poisonwasthecure, that's good. Try and outflank them. Conscripts are coming under fire, getting shot up by the Panthers. Lots of guards moving in, lots and lots of guards. Stuk facing off against the T-34, and that, oh! Nice Katyusha barrage, right on all the assault guns. And there we go, one is down, the other one facing, oh, an anti-tank gun and the T-34-85. Will it go down? But now the Panthers are rushing in. Other anti-tank gun needs to be recruited. But there's no one to do it. Quickly, rush in the engineering. Do it. You need to hurry, comrades, unless you want to make Stalin angry. And more artillery getting called in right on the Panthers. Armor car down, but the anti-tank gun is down. The engineering is suffering. And that was a mortar barrage. Fishunterx Panther moving about. The two assault gunners down, I suppose, is some sort of start. Lieutenant right here, Lieutenant, is getting suppressed by filthy communists. Come on. You got a German off. Never mind, he's dead. Oh, poor Gottlieb. I'm starting to think Poisonwasthecure rather applies to his own skill set. Because Wasthecure definitely seems to be the weakest player. And I'm sorry to have to say that, but really, I mean, the unit preservation, the tactics does seem off. He's definitely losing way too many units in sometimes silly spots, which is definitely not an encouraging sign. Let's go look at him. Still, he's the one with the doctrine, so I mean, he's with some foresight, he's still got the armor, but I mean, no infantry. In fact, he's handed over Panzer to the enemy. Again, that's not good. That's in fact the opposite of good. It is what some would call bad. And looks like FatherGlimz is going straight for the IS-2. Now I've got hiccups. Soviet heavy breakthrough tank had a very big gun. Could deal with tanks, but it was mainly designed to deliver high explosive rounds, so clearing out the enemy, but still could deal with it. Trouble was, I mean, in comparison to the Tiger or the King Tiger, it had a much lower rate of fire due to the fact that the ammunition came in 2 parts. So the shells sort of had to be put together during the heat of battle, which is not necessarily the best idea. We're also seeing some artillery fire bases up for WakWakDemon. Besides all of his Katyushas, perhaps some more infantry, perhaps some more armor would be more suited for dealing with the Panthers, rather than trying to blow them up with artillery. Perhaps some naval infantry to take on the German infantry that remains. Pushing up through here, guards coming under fire from the Panthers. And now we go, full guns are suffering to the guards. And the Strelki with a Panzerschreck. Will they move in to assist with the Panthers? Come on, you've got a Panzerschreck. Do it, man. Oh, doesn't penetrate. Oh, what a shame, what a shame. Firestorm getting called in right here on this big position. We are seeing him MG duck out, going down to try and protect the central victory point. And a Firestorm rather turns this to a Soviet nightmare. Oh dear, the T-34 went down. I mean, Firestorms can actually damage armor, and the T-34 probably was a bit damaged already, so that rather quickly went down. Tragically enough, it looks like an Austrian flak panzer has arrived. That did not really see action until the Eastern Front either, until the later stage of the war. There were a few tanks where there actually were a pretty huge difference on when they saw time on the Eastern or the Western fronts. For example, the Yak Panther only saw action on the Eastern Front in the last very few months of the war. In comparison, the Hetzer actually was much more early available on the Eastern Front. Troops are coming under fire. We are seeing a Königsjäger has arrived. T-34 moving up, trying to flank. King Tiger's already suffered damage. This is good. 3 Katyushas, but still not enough armor to really contend with all that. And we are seeing a Panzer IV rhyming as well for the 20th Panzer Division. Achtung, Achtung, Panzermarsch. Zerstören Sie die Russen. Mit Namen des Vaterland. And there we go, the T-34 simply outnumbered. Way too easily. And there we go, T-34 is down. Strelki holding up there, but they're not going to be surviving much longer either. We do see the IS-2s are there for FatherGlimz. That could be the ace in the hole for taking on, but then again, want to be a bit careful. And there we go. Oh, Panther could be going down to the very, very dangerous shells of the IS-2s. One more shot, and there we go. Panther's out of control, going after the next one. Quickly, follow up, quickly. I would say schnell, but that would probably be a bit wrong. So now apparently he pulls back, doesn't take the advantage. And again, rather seems like the Soviets are getting browbeaten a bit. They might be actually getting a bit too cautious now, losing all spirit and daring do. But terror for Poisonwasthecure. IS-2's moving in against the King Tiger, going to outflank, or at least try to. That's good. If it works. Oh, do you know they're stopping up? They're stopping up right in front of the King Tiger. Now Panthers are moving out. Get out of there. Get out of there. Quickly. King Tiger, though, is down to half health. And we are seeing a T-34 moving up, but they need to get out of there. And we perhaps might want to see some artillery. All sorts of artillery right down the King Tiger. Katyushas. That fire base. Just get firing, man. IS-2 could be going. There we go. Katyushas. Oh, a bit too short. Oh no. Damage engine on the King Tiger. And what about that fire base? Never mind, apparently. IS-2s though need to get back for repairs. But Quite a bit of damage on the German tanks. So it's making a bit of a reclamation at this moment. Again, Poisonwasthecure has barely an infantry, although we are now seeing the Ritterkreuz advancing up northwards. Perhaps you can keep those chaps alive a bit better. IS-2s are pulling back, and there we go. Artillery on close to the King Tiger. And let's go have a look at Fishunterx. Oh, we might be seeing a Tiger race for the Germans, for Poisonwasthecure to add in besides the King Tiger. And for him we see, well, he's actually got another assault gun besides the Panther, the King Tiger and the Ostwind. Plus he still has his Volksgrenadiers, his little Sturmgruppe is still there. Heavily equipped with the submachine guns to take on those foul communists. More nasty artillery fire. Several repair bunkers up, and lots of German panzers getting repaired. Another T-34. Going in here against the Northern Victory Point Command Squad, having run off the Ritterkreuzträger. And more Nebelwerfer fire. Just firing out where the enemy could be. SIS-3 coming under fire.
Veterancy gained.
And the Ostwind is going to move in. Those guards again are not really equipped to deal with the armor. And all it takes, and well, I think actually they have anti-tank grenades, but still they need to get close, which, as you might notice right there in the front of the Stug with this machine gun on top, is a slight issue. But now will they actually get them off? Anti-tank grenades, come on. Oh dear, something went down. Oh, lots of pioneers down. King Tiger heavily damaged. The guards are still not doing much. I think they are trying on a run to get that. Panzer from the Strelke going down, and 3 guards just crossed. Propaganda wall goes up, sends the guards running away as then the Volksgrenadiers charge in to clear up the remainders. But we are seeing another IS-2 moving in, and it's going to target the Ostwind. Nice hit on the rear. Command squad needs to stop taking points and focus down those Volksgrenadiers and get out of there. Either or. T-34 is being hunted down by dual Panthers again, and a Panzer IV, one T-34 already down. Other one's going to go down as well. Ostwind could, though, at the same time be lost to the IS-2. And will the... oh, tons of munitions! Use it, Panzerfaust or something, man. Rauchen City Panzerfaust. And there we go, Ostwind is down. The T-30, the IS-2 scored a kill. German armor keeps pushing out. What is this? God of War or the Sturmovik? Bit of flaps issues, and it is the God of War. Basically just a mix of all sorts of artillery firing at one spot. And another IS-2 is out of control. Oh dear, this is not going well. And Veterancy 3 up. It's not going to do much against the tanks with the armored skirts, but against anti-tank weapons on infantry, they're going to do a lot. And the Katyusha Veterancy 2 down. We are seeing an IS-3 up from FatherGlimz. Did not actually serve in the war, but there you go. Was essentially just a more thickly armoured IS-2. The gun was the exact same. Katyusha is going down on the Panzer IV. And, the Panzer IV could be going down if the IS tanks catch up. So it is still holding on to most of the map, although they are no longer holding on to most of the victory points. German armor making a run for it. Those tanks are not in a good condition. King Tiger, though, already half repaired. Katyusha's moving out again, I think. He should consider less. Katyusha's more armor. Trying to get those German tanks, but going into the den of the lion. Has to be careful. Suffering heavily now from Panthers from all sides and anti-tank guns. Volksgrenadiers moving in with MP40s and Panzerfaust. Nice cross pushing up the center. Not really a strong tactic from this. Oh, there. Katyusha's going in, but the Panzerfaust gets the IS-2. Leaving behind only an IS-3 to fend off the fascists. But the Germans are certainly making a comeback, but not really due to Poisonwasthecure, I think. Again, his unit preservation left a lot behind to the side. And again, I think it was rather the Soviets sort of lacking dealing with armored assets that turned out to be their doom, because again, not a lot of anti-tank guns or anything to really hold off the fascist panzers. Now it's cross-suffering a bit. More artillery trying to get that King Tiger, I imagine. Not quite hitting anything. Oh dear, something. Oh, several Volksguns went down to artillery hit. Panzer IV getting repaired. Nebelwerfers are still there, no counter-artillery fire on them. Which I find interesting. Not a lot of infantry left for FatherGlimz. Actually, never mind. But still, no further upgrades for the shock guards. And veterans free up for all armor. And what is this? The Tiger 8 has arrived. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a nasty thing. Guards are getting suppressed. Heavy Nebelwerfer fire, raking the ground, burning it off. Talk about scorched earth. And now we've got the Katyusha barrage by the King Tiger Aces quickly pulling back. We're also seeing the King Tiger at the front. It looks like another flanking attempt here with the Strelki and the command squad. Stug Veterans Free is going to be protected a bit from the Panzer Schreck. Lots of flamethrowers being now equipped for Fishunterx's Pioneers. And let's go have a look at WakWakDemon again. And FatherGlimz's Strelki are simply just getting torn to bits by the Stug and the Panthers. Guards moving in, and the MG42 is planning a support 5 for them. Actually, Veterans do 1 due to all the fascists it's been killing. A nice little mine build. IS3 might want to move up to support alongside some other heavy armor or something. Attempt by the Strelki to go in after the fuel point, but not quite succeeding in that, instead being run off by Panzers. Q-34, but looks like some anti-tank guns actually being dug in to provide protection against artillery and other bits. More Katyusha fire. Looks like that Panther might be going down soon. Tiger 8 suffering to the IS-3. More Katyusha fire. And artillery fire. Not really doing much damage. And veteran support guns, slightly larger. Probably with some minor advantages as well. And I think we are seeing another. Yes, there we go. God of War artillery barrage. Panzer IV on the flank though of the machine gun. Forcing away the MG42. Soviets are slowly being rolled back as the might of the Panzers really begin hitting them, and they are not quite prepared. In fact, keep losing T-34s rather piecemeal. And there we go. One thing went down right there. Not sure what. Anti-tank and a bit stuck there, you know. And we are seeing a Panzer IV rolling straight into the base. And he's calling in artillery, probably a firestorm by the looks of it. But the Panzer IV is getting surrounded itself. IS-3 joining in the fun. Might be the end of that Panzer IV, but also the artillery fire base. Yes, indeed. But that was a bit of a bold movement by Poisonwasthecure and his Panzer IV's out of control. But we are seeing one more final storm right there. A parting gift. Jamming the medic truck and a bit of other fun things. Otherwise, in terms of where structures are built, you actually need 2 structures for armor. You have one for light armor and vehicles of some sort, and then one for heavy armor. With the lighter, you get T-70s, half-tracks, and the Su-76. With the heavier one, you get T-34s, Su-85s, and apparently Katyushas. Oh, KV-1s as well, I think. Lots of things. Then again, some of it seems to be, dependent on doctrine, but again, you get it from some buildings like that. Volkswagen is getting run off. Tiger Ace is still there, though. A threat to any advancing opponents. Nice hit right there. Panthers are also still there. More moving up on the flank. Quite the serious armoured force right there. Lots of heavy armour. Guards getting shot. Oh, bugger. And the Soviet response has rather not really been able to really deal with that in its infancy, and rather the problem's rather grown too big, I fear. More need for fire. Let's go have a look at FatherGlimz, who could be, I suppose, calling an Su-85. Which was something a bit, you know, like the Yak Panzer IV, although thinly the armoured and had a slightly better gun, I suppose. Was used as a bit of an assault gun, which, you know, meant dealing with tanks and infantry and all that, though there was an upgun version equipped with a 100mm gun, which I believe had the nickname of basically just, you know, messing up everything, just in a much more rude manner. And which could basically, you know, take on all the Tigers and such. Though that has not been put in the game, interestingly enough. Gun here getting recruited. Several of them, in fact, are sort of put up in this defensive position. Dug in. Of course, have to see how that works. While the King Tiger and the Tiger Ace surveys the battlefield, alongside all of its panzer friends. Small move up here. Good, good. Knight's Cross being supported by 2 Panthers and a bit of other goodies. And what is this? We are seeing a 76mm gun. Looks rather short barrel, so probably something like the German infantry geschütz. There we go, they're going after the anti-tank guns. Oh, tearing through the Volksgrenadiers. Killing, and 1 squad is already down, murdered, massacred, ended. Pioneers advancing, no wrecks being salvaged. I think that's a bit of a shame, and no replacement medic bunker. And another IS-2 ready for FatherGlimz. He's up to 2 now, and an IS-3. But I think he actually needs to be able to use it. And there we go, this gun is up again. I'm not entirely sure that is what he wants. I think he wants, you know, something to deal with the armor, not something to deal with the rather non-existent infantry. Minescoff, tons of Minescoff, and this gun pretty quickly got decrewed. The gunners are themselves dead as well. Bit of a shame, bit of a shame. And command squad stopping it to the Stuk and some flamethrower pioneers. Flammenwerfer, Brandt, Ivan. And there we go, command squad down. A pretty heavy loss for the Soviets. Oh, Panthers are getting outnumbered and outgunned by the IS tanks, the Joseph Stalins. A V1 rocket is also on the way somewhere. Panther could be going down. All there's, of course, is still the other Panther. Oh, V1 right up here, destroying absolutely nothing. Oh, what a shame, what a miss. This Panther, though, needs to be taken down. And we are seeing the response from the rest of the 20th Panzer Division. What remains is being sent up there, but this might be too late for the Panther. Also T-34, this is one serious Soviet armor push. This could be what they need. Tiger Ace arrives first, but it's going to get focused down. Just focus it down. There we go. IS-3 suffering heavily. We are seeing artillery. We'll be also being seeing the Sturmovik. No. I mean, you've got tons of munitions. Use it, FatherGlimz. Use it. Oh, dear. Bit of a shame, that. Bit of a shame. But there we go. The Tiger Ace is down. The 20th Panzer Division has suffered a huge loss. Now there's only the King Tiger and 2 Panthers. This could be what the Soviets need to recover. And there we go. Huge Katyusha barrage right there on the retreating armor. King Tiger heavily damaged. If the IS tanks were to move in now, they could score a kill on it. Lots of Volksgrenadiers moving in. He just keeps training fresh Volksgrenadiers. Still no Grenadiers or a Knight's Cross from him. And there we go. The IS tanks are moving in, but artillery is in fact covering the pursuit. And the T-34 is moving in. Veterancy free even. Goodness gracious. Trying to get that King Tiger, although it could go down as well. Not a lot of victory points left. They need to push up now. FatherGlimz, send in your infantry. IS tanks could be getting the King Tiger. Will they succeed? Getting surrounded by Panthers though. Too much fire. And there we go. King Tiger out of control. Veterancy flee for one of them, but it might be going down pretty quickly to all those Panthers. Still, that was some pretty huge losses for the Germans. 2 Panthers just went down in short order, then followed up by Tiger Ace and the King Tiger. But they still have the 3 Panthers, still a formidable armored force. And another Panther went up, IS-2 went up in flames. IS-3 is in desperate need of repairs. The other IS-1 trying to get out of there, being hunted down by the Panthers. Anti-tank, this decrewed T-34 rushes in. Oh dear, this is rather desperate. Another IS-2 arrives, but will it be enough? Let's go have a look at Poisonwasthecure as Fishunterx Panthers charge in. And oh, the IS-2 took the wrong turn. This could be the end for the other IS-2. Anti-tank gun pointing in the wrong direction. And a T-34 went down to another Panther. Oh, frap. There we go, fraps up again. There we go, another Panther down. Another Panther down. And another IS-2. Now Mr. WakWakDemon is getting his own IS-2s. Mine hit on the Panther. It's a bit exposed now. Strelki needs to get out of there. MG42 Prime coming fire on the Volksgrenadiers and the last command squad moving in. Why are they not focusing down the Panther? Focus it down. Don't spread out your IS-2s. Numbers. Use your numbers. Oh dear. IS-2 moves in against the Panther. Oh dear. Again, could be going down. And there we go. The other arriving. Oh, took some nasty hits from that Pioneer squad. And there we go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 out of control. Another one down. Poisonwasthecure again is rather low on units. Barely got anything left. Although Fishunterx is quick to replenish. Oh, so many Panthers being lost in this fight. So many more getting called in. Same applies to T-34s and IS-2s. More artillery, more rockets, more death, more doom, more gloom. Still, they need to secure victory points. Artillery shattering through the Volksgrenadiers. Panthers rolling in like knights to a battle. Except most knights do not have main guns and machine guns. Nor were they facing communists. And a flank attempt behind the Knight's Cross. Right into a guard squad. And of course the IS-2s taking heavy losses. But we are seeing a firestorm getting called in. And more artillery while also going for this. Oh! Artillery actually misses everything by the Knight's Cross. Oh, there we go. Never mind. That sort of looked fun. The Knight's Cross was just going, oh, look at the fireworks. Helmut. But looks like, yes, we are. While they did push forward, they were a bit neglecting actually going for the victory points. Right at the time they actually got the Germans on their back foot again, which is definitely a shame.
Attention, the enemy advances.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This looks like the end of the 4th Mechanized Guard Corps, and there we go. Game over. The Soviets were forced to retreat from the hills of Duclair against the 20th Panzer Division, which was able to deliver a good counter blow. So I mean, what rather did this fight come down to? I mean, the Soviets had the advantage in the beginning, partly due to Poisonwasthecure's terrible infantry preservation. He way too easily lost infantry squads, which rather left a lot of the pressure on Fishunterx, but he was able to hold on better. The problem was essentially the Soviets were a bit too, heavy in the initial tiers with lots of infantry, but they weren't prepared for armor, or even armored cars. And that slowly rather gave the Germans the advantage they needed, partly. The other issue was, not great doctrine usage from the Soviets. They were way too late in getting anything out of it. Again, had, for example, FatherGlimz perhaps gotten his propaganda doctrine and some Soviet naval infantry out a bit earlier, he might have stood a better chance with some anti-tank rifles against those armored cars, and so on. But again, they were simply way too late. No, wait, WakWakDemon, never mind. You get the point. Doctrines were a bit too late and not quite fully utilized, which is a bit of a shame. But there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane saying